The strategy for roads, for the major roads, and I don't want to go into all of the detail of that, but the strategy for that is also using, in many cases, private sector. So, for example, if you look at the roads around the ports in Lagos, that's a private sector collaboration with flour mills and with the Dangote Foundation. So they get a tax credit for doing those roads. And we're using the same method in several other places where there is commercial viability for those roads. So let's take power. We're going to encourage more private power companies who are able to render end-to-end service. We started that already in a few places. For example, in Ariaria market in Aba, and also a Sabongari market in Kano, where there's a private power providing, a private power company providing power on a willing buyer, willing seller to the commercial actors in those markets. And it's working very well. With technology, we had to look at regulation. So we have the Entertainment and Technology Advisory Group, where very many young entrepreneurs and many commercial operators in the tech space come together with me. I chair that advisory council, and we look at the regulatory space along with the CBN and along with some of the relevant ministries to look at that regulatory space and ensure that we're able to keep it open and we're able to keep it competitive so that technology companies can have more room to operate and startups can have more room to operate.
On his part, President Kagame believes empowering women and other less privileged segments of the Rwandan society will ensure that development leaves no one out.
Once women's health are taken care of, then you are taking care of the most basic thing and the foundation of everything about us. And also tried to train women and provided access to financing. We did it generally for the entrepreneurs, especially the young entrepreneurs. In fact, we created a fund which is called the Business Development Fund, and availed it to each district. And targeting young entrepreneurs, we just don't focus on women, which we do because of the position they are in, but we do it within the framework of trying to uplift all entrepreneurs so that we don't resolve one imbalance and create another. So that's what we have been trying to do.
The president of the African Development Bank, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, appears to have a slightly different view on the matter. He's advocating a shift from youth empowerment to youth investment with the establishment of a special bank that will focus on providing capital to enable them drive growth.
It's time for African leaders, African governments, to begin to shift from youth empowerment to youth investment. And in trying to do that, we have to correct for those three fundamental failures: the missing institutions, the market failures, and the government failure. To do that, I propose that it's time that we begin to set up youth entrepreneurship and investment banks. Banks where you walk into and they see assets, they don't see liability. Where you walk into, they have faith and confidence in young people who can actually help you to grow UBA and others, grow your business. What does this mean? That means that we have to de-risk lending to businesses of young people.